Sir, good morning, sir. Can we start?
Yes, Soumya, please go ahead.
Yes, okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Mari Rajan sir. Mari Rajan sir.
You are talking to me?
Are you able to hear me?
Yes, sir. We are able to hear you, sir.
Am I supposed to start?
Yeah, 1 second, sir. Soumya,
Yes.
you do the rest. We'll start.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Learning is a continuous process. Learning is an inevitable process. A very good morning to one and all present here. On the behalf of RLIMS, I welcome you all for the one-day International Virtual Symposium on Fintech, the Road Ahead. I'm very delighted to welcome you all and happy to connect with you virtually. Now, let us begin this session with a prayer song. Now, now let us welcome Ms. Raja Aishwarya from RLIMS to deliver the welcome address.
A very good morning to one and all squad present here. First, I would like to welcome to our Honorable President, Mr. Dr. R. Asmudabhi, sir. Welcome you, sir. Next, I would like to welcome our respectable management executive, Mr. R. Ramkumar, sir. Welcome you, sir. Then I would like to welcome our beloved principal Dr. R. Sujata ma'am. Welcome you ma'am. Next I would welcome to our Dean, Dynamic Dean Dr. S. Priya. Welcome you ma'am. Next heartily welcome to our management head of the department Dr. N. Subramanian sir. Welcome you sir. Next I would like to welcome our guest speakers. Mr. Mari Rajan sir, welcome sir. Then Mr. Kadrivalan Srinivasan sir, welcome sir. And Subbaya Olumuthu sir, welcome sir. And Mr. Ganesh Mohan sir, welcome you sir. And Mr. Prasad Mohan, welcome you sir. Then I would like to welcome our all faculty members and the department of other students, welcome you guys. Then I would like to welcome our participants from other colleges across India and abroad. Welcome you friends. And special reference to our Sultane of Women. Welcome you guys. Thank you for.
Thank you, Aishwarya. Now, let us welcome our beloved principal, Dr. R. Sujata ma'am, to address the gathering.
So very good morning to one and all. Honorable welcome to our President Dr. R. Lakshmipati sir, respected Management Executive Mr. Ram Kumar sir, in absence here, respected HOD Dr. Subramaniam sir, respected resource persons. So my honor of welcome to the resource persons, Mr. Mari Rajan, the founder and chief operating officer, Mass Solutions Private Limited, Singapore, Mr. Kadarvel Srinivasan, Fintech practitioner, digital transformation, mobility and prepaid solutions, Mr. Subbaya Olimuthu, ex-chief product officer, Payzilo Bangalore, Mr. Ganesh Mohan, our alumni, Director, Client Services, Visa International Mumbai, and the resource person, Mr. Prasad Mohan, Manager, Karur Vysya Bank, Mumbai, and respected fellow faculties, Dr. Kulevi sir, Mr. Shekhar sir, Mr. Abraham and Mr. Selvam, and my dear lovable students. So this international virtual symposium on Fintech. So when I'm reading the topic Fintech, it gives me a lot of questions at the same time, how it is possible for the society. That is what I had a thought. Even yesterday when I'm watching the news, I came to know that financial technology is having a very biggest role in the society, but it is not actually addressed in specific areas and in the needy areas, because people doesn't know how to follow. That is the biggest drawback. The awareness is very less, and how we can create the awareness even to the young buddy managers, that is going to be fulfilled today through this virtual symposium. That is what my thought is. So I request, my honor of request to the resource persons is how we can make this society using this financial technology, the things can be survived, and how we can give the fullest satisfaction through this financial technology that can be given to the young managers, so that this particular young budding managers are going to deal tomorrow with the society, and how they are going to give the fruitful solutions for the problems regularly we are facing in all the areas related to the financial technology, because even the message has to reach the rural end. That is what my request is, because the people who are learning, they'll come to know, even though the learned people the knowledgeable people also. Sometimes they are missing the point what they have to be, what they have to do, and how they have to become alert when they are dealing with the communications. Through communications, so many problems we are facing regularly. We people doesn't know which communication is genuine and which communication is not genuine, and how we can tackle our financial problems also we doesn't know. So all these areas can be addressed in this virtual symposium, so that it is going to become a very good effective program to our end managers. That is what my request is to the resource members, and I'm requesting my own dear student members, please get into this symposium throughout without any break, so that you people are going to guide us in future. That is what our requirement is also. How we can make the entire environment as well as the society useful and fruitful. That is in your hand. I wish this program to get a grand success. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for your kind words. Now, let us welcome Dr. S. Pugalindi, sir, from Department of Management to felicitate the gathering.
Good morning. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, yes, sir, you're audible.
Yes, you are
Good
audible.
morning, all. On behalf of our Institute of Management Studies and Civil College of Science, I am happy to conduct this type of international virtual symposium. This is actually, the activity is actually spearheaded by our head, Dr. M. Subramaniam. On behalf of MBA, I would like to welcome our Honorable President, Dr. Lakshmi sir, respected Management Executive, Mr. Ram Kumar sir, our principal who was giving just now the address, Dr. Sujata madam, and Dean IQAC members, and also our faculty members. And we are happy to have the 5 resource persons who are technically and analytically qualified to discuss about the current scenario in Fintech. So the speaker, Mr. Mari Rajan, who is from Singapore, is the founder and chief operating officer in MMA Solutions Private Limited, Singapore. He has already joined us in this group. And second speaker, Mr. Kallivel Srinivasan, Fintech practitioner, digital transformation, mobility and prepaid solutions, Mumbai. And he has joined us in this program. Mr. Subaya Olimuthul, ex-chief product officer, right, based in Bangalore, Fintech environment, products and services. And we are also proud to have our own alumni, Mr. Ganesh Mohan. He is the director of client services, Visa International, Mumbai. And the science speaker for the day, Mr. Prasad Mohan, manager Forex Club, Visa Bank, Mumbai. So we hope that this program, technology is driving our lives today. We know in the education institution nowadays we are conducting even online classes, and this program is also organized to online. So this is the most important time period where financial services being provided, and I think this is one of the first of its kind in this part of India to have a symposium on Fintech, that is how technology is used in financial services. So I hope that the participants, MBA students, not only from our institute, from Madurai and all over, that is outside Tamil Nadu, so they are going to benefit a lot from this. And I wish the key speakers who are competent, they will be doing us enough light, because already online banking is there, internet banking is there, mobile banking is there. So how fintech services are going to be different from the banking sector? So I hope this program will be an eye opener to all, not only the MBA students, but all over, let us say, whoever is participating in it. And as faculty members, we also want to know what the current development, so that the greater part of the society can be benefited. And we thank, it is a spearheaded activity by Dr. M. Subramaniam, who is taking care of the entire coordination activity, supported by the second year MBA and first year MBA students. We wish the program all success, and I hope that everybody will stay tuned. to the various, let us say, thoughts given by the industry eminence. Okay, we welcome the participants and we can start the technical session. Thank you, Soumya.
Thank you, sir. Sir, Subbu sir, few words from you, sir.
Good morning, everyone. It's my pleasure to be a part of this particular event, and I feel very proud that my team and my students have taken up this initiative, and I was able to support my team. Uh, I have only one thing: we have identified the right speakers for the day, starting from Mr. Marirajan from Singapore, and Mr. Kadirvel from Mumbai, and Mr. Subaya from Mumbai, and Mr. Ganesh Mohan from Mumbai, as well as Mr. Prasad Mohan from Mumbai. So I think we are the right speakers. Instead of wasting much of the time, I would like to listen from the expert who are waiting for it. So over to you, Soumya.
Thank you, sir. So let us begin our first technical session. For that, we have our expert speaker, Mr. Marirajan, sir. He has earned a Masters of Business in Information Technology from Curtin University, Australia. He's a visionary entrepreneur who has embarked journey in the field of technology. He has filed 2 patents on productivity and object tracking. Apart from being an entrepreneur, he spends time in sponsoring education for children. Currently, he is the founder and chief operating officer, Mars Solutions Private Limited, Singapore. We welcome you, sir. Today, he is with us to share the information on the topic Fintech, technological aspects on Fintech environment and entrepreneurship. Over to you, sir.
Selvam, can you mute your audio? Selvam, can you mute your audio? Your audio. Mute.
Hello, everyone.
Hello,
Good
sir. You're
morning, sir.
audible, sir. Good morning. You're audible, sir.
Are you able to see my presentation?
Yeah, the screen seems to be light greenish. We're not able to see anything as of now.
Nothing? Okay. Are you able to see it?
No, sir.
Sir, your screen looks screenish.
Administrators, other than the participant, please mute everybody.
So now it is visible, sir.
Are you able to see?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right. Good morning, everybody. Hope all of
Good morning,
you
sir.
and family are safe. And please do consider pandemic as something serious. And you bound to take care of yourself and your relatives and your family and all. And continue the momentum of safe distance, wear mask, stay home, avoid crowded area. With that, I wish to start my session. It's my privilege and pleasure to be talking with all of you. Despite many unforeseen constraints, RL Institute of Management Studies has arranged this symposium, which is really wonderful. It shows management and faculty's commitment in caring for the students and their future. Keeping in touch with the industry is key, especially with the current situation. It is even more important, which has been realized by the management. I thank the management, faculty, and student chapters for the wonderful arrangement that has been made. My special thanks goes to Dr. Subbu and Mr. Shekhar for giving me this opportunity to connect with you all from Singapore. As you all know, there are too many constraints going around. If you read the newspapers or news, every day you see something or other happening, like trade war-like situations, almost most part of the world, pandemic, economic slump, border closure. If you notice one important element of it, this is first time it is happening. Most of us are seeing this for the very first time. No transport, no bus, no train, no taxi, no flight. This is for the first time. No trade, no office, no school, no college, prolonged curfew, border closure. All these are happening for the first time. Like you all, we also witness in surprise. Given such a big constraint that is going around, the big five, the management gurus, the PwC, KPMG, Anderson Consulting, and so on, academics and researchers across the globe trying to identify the new normal. However, it is not that easy to predict given the current situation. The pandemic has really halted the entire world, and everybody is waiting for a new normal. With that note, let's get on and see what holds in fintech and the entrepreneurship journey that I know of and I wish to share with all of you, and hope you all will enjoy it. For ease of understanding and shorter time, I wanted to give a clear focus on 5 of these items in my agenda. I grouped them into 5 different sections for ease of understanding. First is fintech. Let's look at what is in fintech. In good old days, you all know how many banks were there in Madurai, how many insurance companies were there in Madurai. If you find one branch 20 years back or 25 years back, you are blessed already. Today, I'm not sure if you know or not, there are 42 banks in Madurai with multiple branches. 20, 30 years back, not that many. In addition, we have so many cooperative banks. Plus, we do have digital payment solutions like Google Pay, GeoPay, Paytm, so on. So, the technology has reached to tier 2, tier 3 cities and even villages nowadays. People are aware about wealth management, fund management, Bitcoin, trading, stocks. Many of them are aware of it at tier 2, tier 3 cities and even villages. All you have seen is you are steadily and progressively, we are all growing. Okay? It gives you an assurance that upon completion of your studies, you will find wonderful opportunities. Either you want to in work stream or you wanted to continue an entrepreneurship with a startup. Absolutely no problem. The second point that I wish to highlight on the fintech arena is especially in Indian context. I have experienced making a payment through a third-party service provider. I was paying a Madurai corporation tax from my home online. All right. So please do not misunderstand. Every of the attempt is going to be a failure, but there were successful moments. But why I am sharing this particular experience is you need to know the heaps of opportunity around. The experience says I make a payment, it fails. However, it deducted twice from my bank account instantly. When I go back to the corporation says you come after 3 days to check. When I go back to the bill desk, who is the operator for the payment gateway, he says, you wait for 3 days, then you look for me. Then back and forth, it was about 3 months for me to get my money back. So in this instant, what I wish to highlight to you all is there is an opportunity. Although the payment failed twice, what you can learn from this is technology that is available in developed countries and urban cities within India is not reached yet to the tier 2, tier 3 cities and even to the village level. Truly, it has not reached. There were a lot of breakups, the internet connectivity issue, your laptop issue, your bank issue, your corporation issue. So infrastructure needs a lot of effort to improve, and there is a clear opportunity available. So given that, right, so you all need not worry about what is going to happen in future based on the negative sentiments being publicized by newspaper and media. Be positive and think positive, you will be able to get through. Fintech is evolving rapidly, especially in the past 2 years, I would say. The various silos, the segments within the financial industries like banks, insurance, wealth, funds, Bitcoin, offshore, and so on. Each of them are now very visible to everybody. And they are creating a separate tech space for each of them. Bank tech, insurtech, stock tech, like that, things are evolving rapidly. This is one important aspect that you all need to know. The second dimension that I also would like to share with you all is growing regulatory requirements. There is no stop to it. This segment is aggressively growing as RegTech and SupTech, regulatory technologies and supervisory technologies. Aggressively, it is growing. There were a lot of companies jumping into this stream to develop solutions for it. The third dimension that you need to know is there is a multifold increase in security demands or needs because of cybersecurity concerns. So all these three dimensions evidently again proves that there is plenty of scope available for all of you to enjoy, whether you wanted to work or as an entrepreneur. All right, now let's go to the next one. I like to support my analogy of opportunity still available to you all with one study conducted sometime last year by Bain and Co. together with Government Investment Corporation of Singapore and few more enterprises. Okay, the study goes like this. ASEAN is a 10-country association. They do a lot of cultural exchange and trade exchange, trainings, and so on. In that, the study dwells in 2019 alone, the opportunity in fintech area assessed as 19 billion US dollars. It is not a small money if you look at it. For a population of 650 million and scattered 10 different countries, not even half of our population. And the study further goes and dwells 5 years down the line, it's going to almost double. The fintech opportunities going to double. What it implies is in a small space, 650 million, that is within Asian context, a small part of the Asia can have this much of opportunity. Imagine the whole of Asia, whole of world, if you look at it, there is plentiful of opportunity. Absolutely, you all can rock it when you come out of your studies. All right. There is a great opportunity that is awaiting for you all, and not to worry. And this is one simple example based on the factuals. A study conducted by Bain. Further, I wish to share about the technology, how it is been evolving. In good old days, we carry cash. Whatever we buy, we pay through cash. Then comes checkbook, credit card, debit card. Then it reached a stage that you walk on the street without anything, you find an ATM, you should be able to withdraw cash using biometric technologies. This is where the world was moving towards aggressively. In fact, if pandemic has not hit, by now, some countries would have launched that solution already. All right. Now, while the technology is evolving rapidly, do take note, you also have to behave in a responsible manner, and some of the pitfalls that you need to know. The key that you need to know is when there were too many payment players are coming in, you don't get carried away with cashback options, which will be very attractive to you, and don't get carried away. You might miss your last date of payment. Look at my example of what I have done. I was making a corporation payment to Madurai Corporation. Luckily, 10 days earlier I paid. Otherwise, bill desk takes 3 days to credit the amount to corporation. If today is the last day, make sure that your payment service provider be able to deliver today. If not, go direct to the bank where you have taken loan or corporation, make the payment direct. This is one of the pitfalls many overlook because of the coming into the industry, especially various segments within the financial industry. However, you will face one big challenge. You need to have data. Why data is important? You need to have a data that is compliant. You need to have a data that is compliant to the regulatory requirement, security requirement, and so on. The only industry that I can think of highly regulated is financial industry. Nobody can deny that. Therefore, startups, when you come, your time to market is usually longer in good old days. For the last 2 to 3 years, I would say, there is a newborn baby called APIX platform. If you go there, you have data is available for you. As long as you have your program ready, you go and conduct your tests over there. It's available in cloud. Anywhere in the globe, you will be able to access it. Apex. This Apex platform was a brainchild of Monetary Authority of Singapore, which is equivalent of Reserve Bank of India in India. Together with few enterprises, they come out with a good facility whereby the data is available. Any startups who wish to make use of the open API or the data, they can ride onto that. It's really very impressive if you see the way it is progressing, and your time to market will be completely cut down. Only your code, as long as it works in that environment, means it is proven, you are there. Your product will sell like hotcake. Next, COVID-19. COVID-19 perhaps caused a lot of trouble to many, and it also benefited many. Nevertheless, let us focus on financial technologies. COVID-19 has accelerated the transformation that is taking place in fintech space. Given that when you come out of your college, you are assured you have plentiful of opportunity waiting for you. Whether you want to work or you want to entrepreneur. Be courageous and come out. Don't worry. COVID-19, it will pass through. We will get through. Not to worry about it. Okay. So the technology, this is how rapidly improving, and for sure there is going to be a lot of new digital solution coming up soon. Right. And I wish to also share with you all about events that's happening around. Singapore Fintech Festival is coming soon, early next month, and there are a lot of good speakers. The beauty is it's 24/7 for all the 5 days. I'm sure some of you or most of you will take this opportunity to see what's happening around and hear from all the leaders who are out there to give a very good speech and technology that is coming up, especially on the fintech industry. All right. Now let's move on. So far, what we have seen in this is I have summarized all of them into 5-6 bullet points. From a very generic approach to very well focused approach is evolving, that too rapidly. There is immense potential there in the market despite pandemic. Third one, sandbox is ready. Usually you'll have to struggle for data. It is not easy to get data from a bank or any financial institution for that matter. You want to set up, it is going to cost a lot. It's not that easy also. Therefore, somewhere it is made already available with a reputable agency, and you all can make use of it if you have a solution, the sandbox approach. Pandemic has given a great boost to transformation of the entire financial industry. Okay, and the key point to note is there are still plenty of unexplored and uncontested area within the financial industry. Therefore, you are really assured from when you come out of college and start work or be an entrepreneur, you have plenty full of opportunities. Keep an eye open always and look through. Okay. This is my first part on the fintech portion that I'm through with it. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate. I'm here to answer all of it, even after the session is over. So jot down all your questions or shoot all your questions, and let it be there. I go to my second part of entrepreneurship journey. My entrepreneurship journey started sometime in 2017. I bootstrapped a company called MAA Solutions Private Limited, based in Singapore and focused on productivity and cyber hygiene. Please do take note that from day one, my aim was not to do a copycat business. Meaning, if there are plenty of people there to develop payroll application, HR application, finance application, website development, we are not in that space. We want to provide something very unique and different to the market. This is all along our aim from day one. Okay, with that intention, started that company sometime late 2017, and some of the projects that we have handled is GeoSmart Live. It's an IoT based, construction site. The tunnel is being built. Surrounded environment is monitored, whether it is a building or soil or water level. It is being closely monitored for the safety. Look at Singapore. Singapore doesn't have space like India. You see all high-rise buildings, and tunnel will be going below your building. So it is very important. And our app monitors and plots a graph for the analyst to take a look at it, and we do alert. And this has been implemented in Singapore, Malaysia, and in India, Chennai and Delhi metro project. This more of construction. Then the next one that we involved was, it was a huge solar farm where they wanted to build technological solution to know what is produced, what is consumed, how many equipments are faulty, how many is serviced back, such kind of statistics. It's a portal, and this was the power generated from that solar farm was supposed to power up the entire airport in Middle East, not in India or Middle East. Third one is Remingo Reminder. That's more of a family-oriented, a social application actually to give you a reminder and safeguard you from your penalties, things like that. The last one that we did was College Moon Media. I'm holding back at this point in time for reasons because we are in discussion with some investors to take up this project in a big way. Further, on the cyber hygiene space, we do have solutions. Smart storage. I have a couple of slides which I can share with you all. It is basically to authenticate any document, whether it is a mark sheet, degree certificate, identity card, anything, offline. The next one is compression solution. It retains original quality, original format, original name. So your application layer, it is transparent. We do this compression solution for large medical institutions, movie and satellite images. This is where they face a lot of challenges in loading the image, transporting the image. They face a lot of challenges. We take care of only this niche industry compression solution. We do have encryption solution, which is 4096-bit dynamic encryption. At this moment, if your bank, whatever they can offer is either 128 or 256-bit SSL encryption. What we offer is 4096-bit, that too dynamic encryption. Something very unique. Then comes, we do have a biometric solution as well and biometric search engine as well. So For example, your thumb, your facial, your iris, all these are one time taken. And if the size is too large, very difficult to search through the entire system to come back and then tell you whether it is original or fake. In our case, what happens is less than 50 byte, our thumb and facial data is, we can search. I'm really very proud to say this. Search among 2.0 billion one face less. No, we find this border condition. Our search engine. In less than 10 seconds, we can retrieve. We had was facilitate a synergized health tech and fintech combination solution that we wanted to offer. NRIs have their relatives or their parents living in like in India. They need time to time lot of services that we offer this as well. Okay, mainly health tech and fintech combined together we offer, and we also do some sundry services in that. Okay, so this is my entrepreneurship blueprint, like starting where we are focusing, how uniquely we develop and design solutions, and we apply it to the market. Okay, this is some of the recognitions that we have. I co-founded one company in Pune, in Maharashtra, and we have also got DPIIT recognized by Government of India, issued by Ministry of Commerce and Industries. And if you notice, less than 20% of the startups gets this from government recognition. All right. Then I have filed 2 patents. Third one in progress. Third one already I have tested all the concept and everything. Now we are going to each in different distinct areas. The uniqueness will always be there as long as EPA solution is there. That is our thought. All right. So now I wish to share with you about Remingo, a productivity family-oriented solution, and what inspires us to look into it and why it is available and how it is going to benefit and what new features that we wanted to add in to distinguish ourselves from the rest of the world. Okay. Spark. Generally, if you take any household, small family, right, we always look for something or other. It could be a warranty, it could be an air conditioner manual, or it could be a property document, or some other material certificates. We constantly have this problem. Every household goes through this. Number 2, we do fail occasionally, on payment and renewal. Could be not your renewal, but maybe your children's renewal, you may have forgotten, or passport is not renewed, or payment is not made. So you go and pay penalty. This emotion that takes place when you do that. One is you pay penalty. Second is it takes away your time and energy. Then you try to justify and see whether you can, without penalty, you can run the show or not. Then you give in, you pay the penalty, and you go through. Start blaming one another. All that takes place. The third spark was, how do I share the details that I possess? I have a lot of insurance. I have a lot of assets related details. I wanted to share with my wife seamlessly, with less effort, how they can see it, or my children's daughter, how she can see it. This is one of the key essential things you need to know if you look at how much of unclaimed insurance benefits lies in India. Look at the figure, you'll be shocked. It will be amazing you. Okay, so sharing with spouse or children is very essential. And in this current world, right, people keep migrating from one place to another place, or born one place, live somewhere, or works elsewhere, or together with wife, or wife and children in one place, and husband in another place. There are many combinations out there. We hope this tool will be useful to them. Then you need to also discover your assets. You know, how many gadgets that you have at home: iPad, iPod, speakers, mobile, laptops, uh, electrical fans, fridge, washing machine. So many things are there. Each has got its own warranty, lifetime, and things like that. When you wanted to search for it, you will go through the pain. You will assume, yes, it is there. Everyone will assume, yes, it is there at home, but it may not be there. You may not find it on time. Okay. Then you have a case of document repository. Supposingly you are a sports fan, or you are a speaker, you are compete in a lot of competitions, you win a lot of awards. Where do you store all these things in a handy manner so you can show it to anyone? I met a football player in Pune. He works for one club. He plays football. That's his day in, day out. And he practices most of the times and he wins. And he took me to his house one day. I happened to see he has 200 over awards, certificates, and medals that he has. Amazingly, all these, right, on paper only, certificates. And each one, if you frame it, his wall is not sufficient. So he was asking, will my app help him or not in any way? I told him, yes, it is quite obvious. If you all specifically wanted one category, we can create also. The medal, certificates, on which year, where you participated, all can be put in. It will be very much useful, which you can share it with another club when you are looking for another club or job. Wherever you want, you can make use of it. It's like a document repository. So I divide all these into 4 simple elements. Where do we store? How do we get reminder? And how to share that information with the family? And then if I add one more element like payment also available, and I'm also collecting back the information directly from the organization, it will simplify all our life. It will be much more productive. We are aiming at that and we will achieve that. This is the spark we have developed Remingo Reminder on the go. Now, I do have a couple of videos and you can go over to YouTube, key in Remingo, you'll find a couple of videos, you can play it. All right. So in this, due to time limitation, I will focus on to the next slide. What categories are there in the app? Okay. Insurance, tax, passport, visa, health, funds, payment, events, warranty, automobile. A simple family that deserves to see all these things instantly, wherever they are. Doesn't matter whether you sit in Madurai or sit in America or sit in space. You should be able to see it. That's our vision. One family, one Remingo we wanted to have. I articulate with a simple example of a small family of 4 plus 2. The 4 is husband, wife, and 2 kids. The plus 2 is grandparents. 6 of them. How we are inspiring through the app. Don't have insurance, you are going to start thinking, what is this insurance category is about? If you knew about it, you are going to start filling in the details. Or if not, everybody is purchased with insurance, you are going to buy it. It could be a health insurance, it could be for other insurance as well. For example, home alone, just now we counted 6 people, 6 insurance, health insurance, right? If you have automobile, 1 or 2, you're going to have insurance again. So 6 plus 2, 8. Now look at your other insurance requirement. Your house, you may be securing with, excuse me, you may be securing with fire insurance. So 9. So total 9 insurance that you need to maintain. See, remember, very important thing of this is insurance. Yes, you purchased this one important thing, good, but that is not sufficient enough. You must keep track and share with your family so that at right time they'll be able to make use of it. Because each date that it starts and ends is different. If you notice it, none of the insurance company can start on the same day and finish on the same day. Each one varies. If you add some more into this, like for example, you have 2 properties, you add 2 more entries that you need, 9 plus 2, 11. You have 6 passport or 4 at least, 11 plus 4, 15 items already. You go for your eye checkup, dental checkup, regular checkup, or you have somebody has stent placed, they will have to go for a regular checkup. All this doesn't happen easily. There are a lot of things happening. We are wasting a lot of time. Either email, either call, or depending on agencies to call you back and things like that. So adds with that, you purchase some mutual funds, don't know, you know, or you may be sharing it with your wife, but your kids may not know. Something happens to the husband, what happened to the wife and the kid. They need to know. Very essential. Don't assume that everything is going to happen. One good example is unclaimed money in insurance industry in India. Good example. Then you have events. You have 6 people, 6 different birth date, then 2 wedding anniversary. It's really very interesting to all these various categories. So I hope I have highlighted and shared with you all the gist of it so that you can pursue using this app. Now, next is it helps in many ways. One is financial discipline, it brings you in. It helps improve productivity. It complements your lifestyle. It also avoids calamity, rain or flood or natural disaster. You can restore your data easily because it is in cloud. Anytime you can restore it, and environment friendly. Of course, we have our own built-in security to ensure that only your mobile can connect with, retrieve your own data, not other mobile. So what is going to come in the future? We are going to have import-export features so that if you have it in Excel, you will be able to easily import it. We are also going to have print and share option. We are going to have search and voice option and vernacular option. The search is not like the typical current search. We can also search through images. That is what I myself have coded it. I'm now translating it to another language, and we will be doing that. Okay, this is the future of Remingo that we want to do. So if you are interested, I have already shared my PDF. If you are interested, you can just download it and make use of it. This is the QR code for both Android and iOS. This is the QR code. You can just scan and then you can straight away download it to play around with, share with your family, and give a comment and rate it. And since time is over, I have few more slides, 3 more slides to show you about the smart storage. I quickly go over to that slide. Yes, this is the one. I was talking about the smart storage and retrieval, right? Assuming that this slide shows you the complete example, there is a degree certificate with the image of student, and there is a pattern printed. The pattern will hold the entire degree certificate, including the image in colorful format inside. So anyone who wants to validate it in public space, that is any companies or any institutions want to validate without connecting to internet or Wi-Fi, they will be able to see it from the pattern itself offline. However, if you wanted to validate it you have the controller of examination or whatsoever. He does and certifies, right? He wanted to validate. He can have another feature within the mobile app. He can scan. He can even pull more information from the university's computer system. So this is the product that we are promoting, and we develop solutions based on this. We have showcased to Anna universities and some key universities in India and Pune on this. This is smart storage, a small pattern. You can hold 3 MB of data. Data is encrypted. You can't see it anyhow without our app. This simple example I wanted to share with you. With smart storage and retrieval, you can use it space, tunnel, deep sea, deep forest, inside water, or while flying on the flight. You can use it as a manual. You can use it as a healthcare privacy policy. So it is really a lot of stuff is there. And if there is an opportunity available, another time I can share with you all. This is the gist of it. And I don't want to take up any more time. And I wish to close it with a simple note. These are the URLs that I have used for this presentation, which you all can make use of it. And thank you so much for all your patience. And if at all, if you're interested in connecting with me, you can connect with me through LinkedIn. And you can also write an email to me, marirajan@yahoo.com. And I hope the session that I shared, and by the time you all finish, you need not have to worry. As I say again and again, there is plenty of opportunity available, whether you're going to work or you're going to be an entrepreneur. All the very best, guys. Appreciate. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your ideas towards the technological aspects. And thank you so much for your efforts, sir. So, can we go with the technical session too?
Hello. Yeah, you can hear me.
Yes, sir, I can hear you.
Yeah.
So, for the technical session too, we have our guest speaker, Mr. Kadirvel Srinivasan, sir. He is accomplished an innovation in digital professional to build customer-friendly, new-age fintech product. He was in the position earlier as assistant vice president, senior manager, and a lead business analyst. Currently, he's a fintech practitioner, digital transformation, mobility, and prepaid solution, Tata Capital. Sir, we welcome you, sir. Today, he's with us to share information on the topic fintech evolution. Over to you, sir.
Hi. Good afternoon, everyone. I Are you guys able to see my screen now? Or
Yes, sir, it is visible, sir.
okay. Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. It's been a pleasure to come back to students after a long time, and I thank the management team, the principal, and the professors who gave us this opportunity. And in this session, I will be covering about the financial technology. So you can stop me wherever if you feel I'm going fast. Yeah, I'll start now. So, so what are the topics today I plan to cover? To give our students, an idea about what is fintech, what is the evolution of fintech, and what are the fintechs available in our in market, and what is the fintech adoption rate. And Subhaya will cover the fintech products and services. Okay. So let me go to the next slide. I think this slide is visible to you guys. I want to ask have you ever thought what is fintech? You might be hearing these words here and there at least for the last years, but have you really thought what is fintech? Fintech is there for a long time. I would say at least for the last 5 to 6 years, it's been a lot of hype. Fintechs refers to finance and technology. Basically, use technology to deliver financial services. That is fintech. So traditionally, we had a banks. What does a bank do? Bank do lending. Bank do savings. Let's take 15, 20 years before when your father or someone has to open account, they have to physically go to a branch. They have to fill up an application form. Even if they want to send money, say for example, from A person living in Madurai and B person who is living in Mumbai or where he want to move money from one account to another account, we have to go to a bank or any financial to do the transaction, right? But what has happened today, technology has made us to transfer within a switch. For example, I think you guys will know what is Google Pay. You know, I think this pandemic time we've been using this more than any time. So it helps you to what does a payment app gives? It allows you to transfer money from one person to another person with the help of your mobile. Right? You are no longer going to a bank. You are not relying on any physical institute, I would say. So the technology has helped you to deliver this solution, right? So fintech is nothing but technology which helps to deliver financial services. You know, fintech can be broadlined into 4 to 5 industries. When you say finance and tech, it is fintech. When technology is used to deliver insurance, you call it tech. And next thing which is getting hyped is an edutech, basically technology for delivering. So, so this is how, you know, anything which is getting delivered through a tech, we call it a fintech in financial services. Same way it is going to come in the other in the next 5 to people will be witnessing insurtech, agritech, and everything. Okay, so let me go back to the next slide. Okay, so I believe the evolution slide is. Let me check in the screen. Please raise me if the screen is not visible. I'm on evolution screen.
So your presentation is not visible, sir.
Okay, can someone flash it to me in case and present it? I think it is visible. Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Okay, I talk about the evolution of fintech. No, traditionally the technology financial services has been started from the European market, and to be frank, currently, you know, in Indian market we are pioneering it. A good example for this is UPI. You know, I can tell you today in the world we pioneer in real-time payments. Payments, it's immediate. Say for example, I can send money to one account to another account in a real time. We are just pioneer in it. So, but traditionally, a fintech started from European markets. So I have given small timelines to understand, you know, how technology has been used in financial services from the start. In 1930s, IBM invented a check proof machine. Basically, it is used to verify the check and all those stuff. Then you know, cash abolition started somewhere in 1950. The credit card industry. So if you Diners Club, we can say they are the institute where, you know, the entire credit card industry started somewhere in United States. It's a charge card. Basically, I believe you guys will understand what is a credit card and a debit card. Credit card is nothing but a line of credit, and debit card is something a card which is back to your savings account. Money is there in your savings account, you can withdraw it by means of a cash. So sorry, by means of a card, you can access it. The line of credit, it's like a OD account basically. Okay, credit industry started in somewhere around 1950, and still today the credit card industry. So I think you guys know it better. I think most of you guys will have a card. So this is like a very old industry, if you ask me, 1950. So see the transformation. So after that, 1967 was the first ATM that came. Uh, I believe most of you have seen ATM and you might have withdrawn ATM. I think in India also we got early 2000 itself. The ATM was visible to the feasible to the users. Then in 1971, electronic trading started. 1973, the SWIFT payment started. Even today, the SWIFT payment is used. SWIFT is nothing but, you know, interbank transactions for international lines. Then 1995, Wells Fargo, it's again a US based bank. They did a first online savings account. 1995, small efforts on virtual banks have started. 1997, mobile payments, what we do today. has been originated somewhere in 1997. Mobile payments, which is P2P, person to person. And that was, if you will be fascinated to know, that was started by a Coca-Cola vending machine. Basically, you have to send a text and you get the Coca-Cola dispense or something like that. So that was happening in 1997. It was not a financial services which did it, which was a Coca-Cola which did it in 1997. Then the wallet ecosystem happened. When I say wallet, wallet is it's like it's a pseudo of a savings account where you can pocket the money somewhere. I think you guys know what is wallet today. You might be using Paytm, Phone Pay, which were traditionally wallet. Now they are more converted into UPI. So 2009 itself, we had started, and Bitcoin is powered by the blockchain technology. And 2011 onwards, we had the wallet flourished, and this is where the golden period from 2010 to where we are in the last 10 years. The transformation is superb, I would say. You should know, if you see from 1950, the card and so it is more than 50, 60 years old. But in the last 10 years, what has changed? You know, so the last 10 years has been a booming. The reason was we had more internet users, we had more mobile users, and we have more mobile penetrations also. Okay, so let me come back to the timeline. In 2014, Apple launched its Apple Pay, and then we had neo bankings, which was started somewhere on 2017, and still today, this is still, it is in a penetrative step. I think Subhaya will cover it more, so I will leave it to her. 19 last year, Apple launched a Apple Card also. So the reason for me to put this evolution is, this gives you a global context. So not a relatively new industry. When you see from technology used in banking services or a financial services, and from an Indian timeline also, we have fintech from early 2000 itself. We had internet banking, we had ATM penetrations, we had white label operators, we had wallet revolution, and today we are in a UPI revolutions, right? So we are also quite now India from a urban perspective, not from a rural perspective. Okay, let me go to the next slide. So this is how the evolution is on fintech. Minute for slides to load. So next, I want you to cover the Indian current market on financial services. Is always a good market for anyone to come in. The reason, because we have a population of around 138 crores, which is 17% of the world population. So that is how our India is. And we have an interesting statistics also. We have a good number of internet users, somewhere around 63 crores in 2019. I believe this pandemic might have elevated to 70 or 75. And we have a mobile internet users of somewhere around 45, 44. And the mobile usage, with the number of mobile phones which is available in the market, is more than 100 crores. Okay. I think we will have some out of this 100 crores, 17% will be the smartphone penetration, and it will be always going towards an upward direction because of the affordability which is available and the reliability also. So this makes India a very lucrative market for anyone to come and try solution. So if you see, so you can get the Indian fintech market into 4 to 5 sectors. One is personal finance, which is a consumer based thing, and you have payment based, and you have a merchant services. Obviously, we have a good ecosystem. When I say ecosystem, it's all government and it's a public and a private partnership. If you see Indian market, our architect is set in a way that, we are planned for a future. I'll give you a small example. Most of you guys will know what is Aadhaar, right? Aadhaar is backed by everyone's biometric. So it solves my proof of identity or a proof of address. So if I have an Aadhaar card, which means say this Aadhaar card number says this is Kadirvel Srinivasan, so and so, my proof of identity is validated and my proof of address is also validated, right? And my identity is also validated. Anywhere in India, if I go press my check and I can prove myself, I am Kadir. So that has been Aadhaar and it is penetrated 90%, which means Aadhaar was started somewhere in 2009 and we have penetrated of a 90% usage, 90% of registration of our 136 crores population in India. So that's my primary architect for me to do anything because one level of digitalization in the country is already done by the government. So that is number one. Number two, government also made initiative on payments. Somewhere on the same line, 2008 or 2009, they started the National Payment Corporation of India, which probably you guys will know RuPay cards or a UPI. This was started way back in 2008 or 2009, and they made the payment rails in India. India had all the payment which was by international players, and NPCI then made a payment rail which made accessible for any financial institute. So that was a difference between from that was an advantage what NPC gave. So India from an ecosystem, they have a ID proof system, they have a payment rail also. Okay. Now what startups are doing, so let me before going to the startup. So what I'm saying is the infrastructure is already ready. Now everyone had a pain point. Say for example, payment, you have always have to go to a bank, and if you want to take money you have always to reach to a bank physically. So when the infrastructure was ready, all came up with the idea. So as I told, we classify fintech into 4 to 5 variant. I will talk about 2 variant so that will give clarity. Payments will be covered. I think Ganesh is there and Subhaya will also cover about payments. So I will leave the payments to them. I will take the lending perspective, the personal finance perspective. From a lending perspective, I would recommend you guys to visit some of this website what I have mentioned, Bank Bazaar or a Rupee Power or a Paisa Bazaar. Okay, so when loan 5 or 6 years before, we used to do a lot of paperwork. When we take a personal loan, you need to do a application form, you need to do a proof of address proof, you need to prove a proof of identity and your employment and your repayment verification. So checks for anyone to process a loan. So this were all a set of paper. At least it might be some 50 papers in my father's time. In my current time also, if even if I go to most of the public sector banks, still I might need to do paper, or even some private sector banks also. But this was an opportunity for most of the players. What they did was they digitalized the entire platform. So if anyone is interested in a lending plan, in anyone is want a loan, specifically they goes to a website and they key in some details. Once the detail has come to this lender, he analyze the transactions and he analyzes repayment capability based on the data what he has entered. And there are many technologies. We have an OCR technology. I'll give you what is OCR example. If you upload your document, I can read the data and transport it from text to I can do OCR technology. So there are plenty of technology which has been used by these lending companies, which comfort. When I say comfort is number one, they have addressed the paperless environment. Next is the time to get the loan. See, most of the time when we go for a loan, you will go for a personal emergency. You might need a loan in 24 hours. In that time, if someone is giving a loan in 10 days, you will not be interested, right? So this fintech cornered those also. They reduce the disbursement time also. Most of today's you some bank give you loan even in 5 minutes. And predominantly in Indian market today, you get a loan in 48 hours. This is all achieved due to the technology. Okay. I would recommend you to visit some of this website. You will understand. It's not about, I always have this, I would always tell anyone to experiment with the current technology. One way you can experiment is you need to understand how is the current ecosystem. How we will understand the current ecosystem is you have to go and use the product. You will understand. So I would recommend the students to go to some of this website. You will understand. Probably, it will gives you good clarity. So that part. The next part is we have consumer payments company like Google Pay or Paytm, which solved the problem of sending money from one person to another person. And we have merchant services. When I say merchant services, is like let's take RMKV, which is in Madurai. For when you go and do a transaction in KV, you might have seen a machine, a POS machine over there, right? Which is a point of sale machine. That machine is provided by any of the merchant services company. What they do is they help RMKV with the help of a bank to accept a card payment, right? So that is called merchant services. So this is how Indian is there today, and there's a lot of interesting openings in Indian market also, because we have achieved much on payments from tier 1 or a tier 2 market. Our penetration in rural is still low. We have good opportunities to penetrate into rural India, and where we have the more population also. So most of the solutions today are oriented urban market. So the opportunities we have is to penetrate into rural. So that's all I have. And one thing I emphasize on the fintech adoption rate in India, we have a very good adoption rate. So this is somewhere a old data, 2017 data. The adoption of mobile payments is 72% in India. We have 20% of people use internet or a technology for financial planning. 39% people use for savings and borrowing. 20%. When I say borrowing, it's all lending. And insurance is redefined through fintech. So most of the insurance getting booked through digital platform. So that's all I have. If you guys have any questions, you can ask me. And what I would emphasize for you is you should identify your pain point, what you have, and have to bring a solution around it. It can be of any pain point. So that is how you will able to give back to the society also. When I say pain point, is like which you feel which is still not going in the right fashion. So I'm just moving out of the topic just to give an example of pain point. You guys will aware about book my tickets or Redbus. So the pain point which Redbus addressed was earlier 5 to 6 years before. If you book a bus, you need to go to a bus stand and you need to be landing in the queue. That it was a pain for a consumer, right? So they took as an opportunity and they redefined it through internet and mobile to build an app to it, and it helped them. So basically, I would advise the student from a financial services, what are the pain point. You should try to pick up a pain point and you should able to build a solution for it. Again, I thanks everyone for this opportunity. I think Subhay, you can take it over.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your valuable input with us. Can we go with the technical session 3?
Yes. Yes.
Yes, sir. For the technical session 3, we have our expert speaker, Mr. Subbaya Olimuthu, sir. He earned his master's in administration from SP Jain School of Global Management. He completed PGDB banking from Manipal Academy. He has expertise knowledge in the banking sector. He was account manager at ICICI and manager at Axis Bank. Now he is the chief product officer at Payzello Bangalore. We welcome you, sir. He is with us to share information on the topic fintech environment and product services. Over to you, sir.
Thanks, Soumya. Uh,
it is great to be part of this Fintech Symposium. I thank the management team as well as Mr. Subbu for bringing us here together to discuss on the fintech and the environment, how it is going and growing, coming up and growing right now. And thanks, Kadir, for taking us through the fintech technology. To talk about the fintech product, last 5 years have been a has seen a great change. Like Kadir was saying, it took 50 years to from the initial days of ATMs and cards to move into basic technology of wallets and everything. In last 5 years, we have seen a humongous amount of change in the technology, change in the product experience, how the customers are asking for products, such as, say, for example, 2016 demonetization. It changed everything overnight. People started moving from cash to digital. Paytm came up like anything. Had a great impact on this and on the payments, the contactless payments. Then NPCI came out with UPI. Till then UPI was still there, but then there was no traction on the UPI products. But all of a sudden, because of demonetization, everybody started moving towards UPI. And today UPI is UPI transaction are doing to the tune of around 1 billion currently in a month on a month on month basis. They are able to do 1 billion transactions. That's a huge amount of transaction that has been happening through a digital mode right now. And a lot of other things also started coming up. Something like on the lending side, you can see people have started buying now and paying later.